A little while ago, I got a message from a teacher called Elizabeth. She said she loved my post about role play, but she was struggling to make it work online. And in honesty, I can easily see how this can happen. Role plays can be brilliant for getting learners talking, but when everyone's just a little box on a screen, it can feel tricky to keep things lively and interactive, and it's hard to monitor the breakout rooms to make sure everyone's on target. So today, I'm going to give you 5 simple strategies to make role plays work well in your online classroom and face to face. I'm Jo Gakonga. I've been teaching for over 35 years. I'm a CELTA and MA TESOL tutor, and I've got a website at ELT-Training.com where I make video-based support material for English language teachers at all stages of their careers. Check it out. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. I'm aiming for 100,000 followers, but I've got a way to go yet. As I said, role plays are great because they get learners using real world language in realistic situations. But they do need a bit of structure, especially online. So here we go with 5 tips to make them work. Tip 1. Set the scene and make it real. First up, make sure the situation is clear and relatable. You want a scenario that has some relevance to your learner, some sort of transferability with the language, even if it's not a conversation they'll ever genuinely have. A bit of conflict can help to fuel things too. It'll spark more interest. A good example is a noisy neighbour situation. Here's the scenario. 3 neighbours are meeting about a problem. Janie plays loud music late at night. Alex is fed up and can't sleep. And Taylor is the mediator, trying to help them find a solution. It's simple, relatable, and it sparks genuine opinions, which will get people talking. Tip 2. Give clear role cards with agendas. Giving them role cards can help a lot, not just expecting them to make up their own characters. Give the learners clear information about who they are, what they want, and you can even add a little secret to add some interest. Giving them a role helps to overcome some of that self-consciousness that can really kill a role play. And it also gives them a purpose for the conversation, and that will keep it going longer. You can ask an AI tool like ChatGPT to make these up for you. I did this, and it's in a downloadable booklet for you in the description, so help yourself. Tip 3. Prepare in breakout rooms with functional language support. The next thing that will really help is to give them time before they start the role play to prepare in breakout rooms. Arrange this so that all the learners who have the same role are in a breakout room together. Let them brainstorm their ideas about what they want to say, and to make it more useful as a language exercise, you could give them a list of useful functional language that they could use. You could give a range of phrases to all the groups and get them to decide which would be useful for their character. And write the full phrases that they want to say on a shared Google Doc. That way, you can monitor more easily and help all the groups at the same time. There's a simple set for intermediate learners for the noisy neighbour conflict here, and that's in that downloadable booklet too. Having time to prepare makes a huge difference in giving them the confidence to participate and helping them focus on the accuracy of the language they're using rather than worrying about what to say next. Tip 4. Set time limits to keep the energy up. Another top tip is to keep things snappy and have clear time limits for each part of the role play. That can really help with this. For example, in the noisy neighbour scenario, you could give them 2 minutes each to present their side, and then 3 minutes to negotiate a solution, and then another 2 minutes to write the solution they came up with on a shared Google Doc. You can broadcast to all the breakout rooms when each time is up, and that will help to keep them on track and make sure that not one learner dominates as well. Tip 5, last one, repeat, repeat, repeat with a clear goal. Now, it's not the first time I've said this, but repetition is the key to language learning. Well, one of them at least. When they finish the role play, bring everyone back and ask them what solutions they came up with. Then you can do some delayed error correction on the language you heard as you were monitoring. Then change the groups around and send them back to do it again. Giving them a different goal can help to make this seem more purposeful too. So the most obvious is to try to do it using the language more accurately, or to use more of the phrases that they prepared beforehand, because I bet they went right out the window the first time around. So if you're like Elizabeth and you've been wondering how to make role plays work online, try those 5 tips. A bit of structure, some useful language, the chance to reflect and repeat can make your role plays go with a bang. And if you're looking for more ideas, practical, useful, take them straight to the classroom ideas, then head on over to ELT-Training.com for lots more. And if you'd like to download a booklet with all the instructions and the language and the role cards for this activity, then it's just down below in the link.